Hi guys, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central P time on the dollar. We do the show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else. How's everybody doing in the chat? Eric first, good morning, Tiela, how you doing? Let's get that orange giant pumping. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get orange giant pumping. Only 5 people watching, but that's because we didn't wait, 10 minutes for people to get it up. People are complaining a little bit about, that our intro is a little bit too long. So I was like, yeah, let's just start, started with 5 people. It's fine. Nobody cares. Mladen is in the chat, Who do we need? We got Mladen, we got Eric, we got 2 people. We can start the stream. How's everybody doing? And as you can see that right now, Bitcoin is down a little bit from yesterday. Actually quite a lot, but it's down a little bit. Stock market did dump big time. They had like 2-3% dump, which is actually quite huge for stock market, and the DXY did pump a little bit towards the upside, but it's not breaking any significant levels on the upside. If you look at the DXY up here, it did have a nice pump towards the upside, towards the 10 moving average up here. It's right now sitting right below 10 moving average and below this midline over here in this channel towards the downside. This channel towards the downside has more probability towards the upside to break towards the upside than towards the downside. So we do still believe, and the probability should still believe for downside. If you look at, for example, an S&P up 500 up here, you'll see that we had some kind of rising wedge. Let me just remove some couple of lines up here on the chat, on the screen. Sorry, not on chat, on the screen. And you'll see that we had some kind of a rising wedge up here that we broke on the downside. We failed to get back in. We are right now back down at support. We are even breaking the support on the downside, which actually is quite bad, without any kind of divergence on the chart. Over here there is no divergence on this break towards the downside, so this does look indeed that this is going to continue on the downside for S&P 500 and probably for the Dow Jones as well. Let me just see up here as well. Yeah, there is also no divergence on the Dow Jones on the daily time frame. Nasdaq also breaking on the downside without the divergence. So this does indeed in fact look like this is going to break on the downside on all of these major indices when it comes to the stock market. The DXY, although did not break certain levels towards the upside and the resistances, it is sitting just below them, and this can happen anytime that it breaks towards the upside. Will this be actually good or bad for Bitcoin? That depends to be seen, but we are seeing right now that Bitcoin is still holding certain levels of support. It is breaking on small time frames, so it does look like it wants to break on the downside, but right now we are having this small move towards upside, small move of hopium up here towards the upside. Now the question is whether this this move will manage to get back above the 50 moving average or not. The 50 moving average on the daily time frame, really important level of resistance right now, and the 10-20 moving average below us, really important levels of support. So how this is gonna play out? It does look like there is more probability towards downside than upside. Now let's look at some kind of patterns up here. There is some kind of channel up here, maybe some kind of channel up here. It is a nice channel up here, and you can see that we are above the midline up here on the channel. This is a big channel towards downside over here. We are above the midline. It played out very nicely up here. So the midline is pretty much confirmed. The top line up here, it might be nicely, better adjusted maybe a little bit. But we're just gonna leave it like this over here. We're gonna do like what most other YouTubers do, approximate the lines and say these are the lines. That said, this move towards downside up here got rejected by the 50 moving average. Right now we see some kind of support, and you'll see up here that we are still above very important level of support. This is on the daily time frame, so this line up here at 17,225 is a very important level of support. So you got 17,225, you got this line above, just above it at 307, and you got this 20 moving average right below, so that down here at 0.79. All 3 levels are at 17k, and these are important lines. So you can just put some kind of box up here and say this is some kind of support level that we don't want to break on the downside, right? So there is that. There is of course the channel that we've been looking at. Let's redraw the channel up here for a second. And it went something like this over here. What you're gonna notice on this channel is that we went back down to the channel over here, and right now we are trying to bounce off that channel of the 10 moving average. Will this channel hold or break on downside? Now these channels are, it goes too steep towards upside, so there is more probability towards downside. So if you just look at the probability by how things are correlating with each other. DXY looks like it wants to pump, S&P 500 and the stock market wants to dump, Bitcoin is in rising channel, and probability is towards downside. It does in fact look like more downside is to come, but how this will actually play out, we don't know. If there is enough bullishness, it just might get another move up here above the 50 moving average, or maybe go back down up to 18.7. but again, that might be some kind of hopium for us. That might be some kind of hope for us. Let's go to the 4-hourly time frame up here. This is the 4-hourly time frame. Now the 4-hourly channel might we might readjust that a little bit up here. Maybe I think the 4-hourly channel might be readjusted a little bit, maybe something like this up here. There we go. And you can see up here it is in fact holding it very nicely so far. So there are a couple of weeks that went below up here, but there is so many nice other weeks that are actually holding the channel up here over here, that I'm pretty confident that this 4-hourly channel is still intact, and it does work out so far. So we bounced off of the 4-hourly channel. If you look some kind of moving averages up here, we bounced off the 50 moving average up here. Let's pop the 10 moving average. But will this actually hold in the channel or not? That kind of depends. Yes, we are on the bottom. Yes, this should have a probability to break towards upside, but probability is larger towards downside than towards the upside. Milana says towards downside. Options expired this Friday. New moon in 6 days. It's all over. Oh man, so many bearish news. Justin, how you doing, man? Anne-Marie, morning, how you doing? Jordi, good morning, how you doing, man? Bull market. Do you think we bottomed, or we will revisit or double bottom or go lower? I don't know, man. We gotta play it, day by day and see how this actually plays out. But we are still in the channel, so there is that. DXY analysis, please. We did the DXY. Now this like we said, this channel has more probability towards downside, but we are still in the channel, so you can't complain. Actually, you can't complain. This might it always at the bottom it always looks bearish, doesn't matter what kind of pattern it is, but at one point these bearish patterns will break bullishly, and when they break bullishly, we will pretty much know that this is it. Go a little bit lower, Justin. Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is still rising towards upside. It has the same kind of pattern that Bitcoin has. I'm not really that fan of analyzing the dominance, to be honest with you. So there are a couple of more very interesting lines. So we know that there is a channel up here, but it could be something else than the channel. So let's check that out. First of all, there is this line up here on the bottom that we've been watching, having some kind of hope it's gonna hold. Now the other line up here at the top is something like this over here. No, wait, where was it? Something like this up here. Yeah, this is line. So this looks like some kind of rising wedge. Again, a bearish pattern up here. You'll see here we had a fake out towards upside. Right now we are holding this this support again. If we can manage to get back above it, so this is the same kind of pattern that often happens in some kind of bearish falling wedge. So you have some kind of bearish falling wedge, like over here, bearish falling wedge. Let's say this is a bearish falling wedge. Oftentimes the price will break to the one side, the downside, and then it will try to break to the other side. If it fails to break towards the other side and it fails to go higher, or in this case, lower, if it fails to break towards the outside, the most likely scenario it is gonna continue dumping on the downside. So this is a spring to push the price down. So if you invert the chart over here, this to me looks like this is a spring to push the price down. Now everything depends right now on this. If this spring manages to break this level of support over here towards the downside, we might expect some kind of lower numbers. We might expect some kind of 16K, something like that over here, down here at the bottom again, and then we're gonna talk about lower levels after that. But right now it is holding support, and it needs to hold the support. So this support over here, it's a very, very, very important level of support, and this rising wedge up here, depends whether it's gonna hold. So whether this is a rising wedge or it's some kind of channel up here, or what kind of actually pattern. Maybe there is some kind of other pattern I don't see on the chart, but we are at crucial level of support, and we need to hold this level. We need to hold this level. Also, hugely important level is 17,222, 225 when it comes to horizontal levels, the 10 moving average, the 20 moving average, and the resistance up here, very important resistance at 50 moving average. So you can see right now over here, we got this box below us that's hugely important. This is the support box below us that's very, very important, and we got this resistance line up here, very, very important. We got this resistance line, and that's the 20 moving average. So right up here there's a resistance. So this space in between the support levels and the resistance levels right now trading levels, but it's getting very, very steeply up here. It's getting very steep. So if you look at a 4-hourly time frame, this is what we are looking for. This is what we are looking at. We are looking at support level, we are looking at resistance level, and we are looking at this also, this very important trend over here, the channel support level as well. So what we are looking for is the break, technically the breakout out of this some kind of rising triangle, either towards upside or towards downside over here. If it breaks on downside, that will be first sign of weakness. The second sign of weakness is breaking all the way through the support levels. Any kind of bounce up here back above the resistance is very, very bullish. Any kind of bounce, doesn't matter where the bounce comes, maybe even over here. Any kind of bounce above this resistance level should be very, very bullish. So until we actually break certain bullish levels or bearish levels, we cannot say much about what's going to happen next, because right now this over here is the trading range right now. Trading range. So there is not much actually happening. DXY is still looks like over here, like we just said, it is at resistance up here at the mid channel up here, but it's a falling descending channel, and descending channel have more probability towards upside. S&P 500 and Dow Jones and Nasdaq right now are bearishly breaking supports. They might have some kind of bounce up here, and the DXY might actually pull back. But how this is gonna play out is just gonna do something like this, or something like this and then go up, or something like this and then go down, or maybe just just correct towards downside. We don't actually know, because right now we are in this channel. It is moving between the lows and highs. Once the breakout comes, that's when we know. Right now we can only play with the probabilities, what's more probable and not, and so forth. So we don't have any actually any kind of decent indication of the next move. But this channel does look indeed very nice up here. Maybe something like this, give or take. A lot of charts have the same rising wedge channel, and many have broken down. Yeah, that's right. Sometimes we also look at some altcoins. Right now altcoins are on like 0 to 2% up. Most altcoins are between 0 and 1% up. There are some already in red, but not that much. But if Bitcoin dumps down, yeah, I mean, this will be bloodbath. Roshten, this time I'm on the gourd side. Mladen is on the gourd side. Mladen thinks our bottom is at 1388, right, Mladen? Am I correct? 13,888. This is what Mladen thinks our bottom is, and the reason he thinks that, Mladen thinks that's the bottom is because of the month. Is it monthly chart? It's not monthly chart. It's 6-month charts or 3-month chart. Let's see up here. 3 months. No, it's 6 months chart. He's looking at 6-month chart. Yeah, this one. He's looking at 6-month chart, and over here, reason he thinks that we are at the bottom, up here, is 13,891 yearly chart. He's looking at 1 year chart, 12 months. This is the chart. So the reason he's looking at this is because he thinks that we need to go all the way down here. But I mean, let me find the image, because I don't think these are actually this is the correct one. Let me find Mladen's image. Yeah, I gotta scroll a lot, back. Up there. There we go. There we go. That is the chart. No, it's not this chart. If you know where the chart is, can you link it in the chat? I'm just trying to find it. This must have been a long time ago since you actually posted that one. Let me try again. Let's try again. I can't find the chart. I can't find the chart. I think your chart looked a little bit different. Maybe post it in. Nah. There we go. I found the chart. Yeah, I mean, it is the same chart. But what he's looking at is this move up here. This he's saying that we're gonna go down to the bottom over here, right? 730. We went down to 730, retest that and bounced big time. Bounced big time, right? We retest and bounce big time up here. So he thinks that we are gonna go down to 17,891 or 13,891 or 13,888 or whatever this level is up here. You can see up here 13,888. It's on his chart. This is in some kind of index from some kind of somewhere, but he thinks that's the bottom at 13,888. It might be, but it doesn't have to be, you know. But this is the first pullback, right? This is the first pullback. But what you're gonna notice also here is this is the red candle after a big move. This is the red candle after a big move, and this is the red candle after a small move. But I don't know. You know, it would seem that we are you know, somewhere close to the support level up here. But you know, do we have to touch it on the dollar? Could do that? We could do that. Let's go to a little bit, you know, 6 months time or something like that. See if there is any kind of change in the chart. No, we did retest that. We did retest that line up here on the yearly time frame. We did retest that very nicely up here. But you can see here we bounced a little bit off that, closed above it, and then continue pumping up here. Closed above it, and right now going down to support up here. Are we gonna hit the support at 13,891? I don't know, man. Post again. Yeah, I found it nicely. So whether that's gonna be the bottom or not, you know, that kind of depends. Interesting chart though, interesting chart. But it's such a big chart, such a big chart. And for this to actually happen, you know, for this chart to play out, the yearly chart, 12 months. I mean, we got how many days? 2 more weeks. So if you know, in the next 2 more weeks, we need to dump something like, you know, 20% more towards downside. Weekly close in 13 hours. Worst case, we consolidate between 16K and 18K for a few months, then moon. Yeah, I mean, if you want hopiums, I had a hopium yesterday. I found hopium yesterday somewhere. What was it? How long has this been over here? Was that, yeah, 37 bars. So this bottom down here has been, you know, for 37 bars. If you look at down here, if you say that this is the same, you know, kind of dump down here, it's not the same. 108 bars. So we got like 2 more months Assuming we're gonna range in this, you know, range down here for a little bit while longer up here, we got something like, you know, 2 more months of this, you know, pain or whatever is suffering. But over here we had some kind of falling channel, and then we had some kind of rising channel up here, right? This was a little bit different, you know, scenario over here. I don't know, I think I found some other kind of hopium, but you know, that hopium, I think I forgot about that. Right now we have this, you know, rising channel and maybe falling channel and then towards the upside, something like that. Okay guys, that's what I got for you today. Bitcoin needs to hold above certain levels right now over here. Bitcoin needs to hold above certain levels right now, very important levels to hold above, and if we can actually get above this resistance up here, is going to be very bullish. So we got a resistance, you know, bullish, support, bearish. How this is going to play out, we need to see. 6.9 or 9.6 is the meme target. I'm going for 6.9. Why not? Why not? Guys, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bitcoin daily, 9 AM Central European time on the dollar. We'll see how this actually plays out. Thanks for watching, guys. See you around. Bye bye.